Hey everyone, Liz Landine here, your Essential Strategy and Action Coach with your Strategy Slate tip of the day. Today's tip is to make shit happen in 2.05 minutes. And I want to share a powerful technique that brings together two killer strategies into what I call the 2.05 minute rule. And I use the 2-minute rule all the time. I use this personally and I teach it to my clients. And the concept comes from David Allen. He teaches the Getting Things Done method, or GTD method. And the concept is basically, if it can be done in 2 minutes or less, do it. Don't put it off to later, because later comes and now you have 20 things that all need to be handled, and now you feel overwhelmed and more than likely will keep putting it off. So the 2-minute rule helps eliminate a full plate later and allows you to just do it and be done with it right then and there. And this can be for everything from text messages to phone calls to emails to laundry to dishes, whatever. However, this should not be used when you have time blocked and you need focused attention on something or you have a deadline. Then if you use the 2-minute rule during that time, you might be using it more as like a distraction and procrastination tool, and that's not what we want. So that's the idea of the 2-minute rule. Do it in 2 minutes or less right then and there. Another one I love, the second one, is by Mel Robbins. It's the 5-second rule, and Google it if you're not sure or that familiar with it. And the concept is when you have a thought or you want to do something, you have to act on it within 5 seconds or your brain will talk you out of it. Your brain always wants you to be safe and protect you, and so it's going to quickly talk you out of a lot of things that, if given time to think about it, may seem scary or risky or uncomfortable. Examples are, I should go for a run, or I want to go for a walk, or I want to go to the gym, or you're sitting in a meeting and you want to speak up. You have like an initial reaction, you want to share your opinion, but then you don't because you've overthought it, right? Or in Mel Robbins' case, and why she created the 5-second rule, is she was feeling horribly overwhelmed, she was depressed, and she didn't want to get out of bed in the morning. So she found herself saying, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then throwing the covers back and getting out of bed. So I think this is a great way to use it, especially if you're prone to not speaking up, right? And so use it when you need to do things that maybe you're not really feeling like you want to do, right? And there are things that you should be doing. So I'm not saying use this when you feel like quitting your job one day. Don't say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and just quit, okay? But use it for things that you want to create good habits around, like nutrition, like fitness, like speaking up and sharing your voice with the world, right? Things that might be holding you back. That's when I would recommend using the 5-second rule. Now here's the power bomb. Bring those two together, hence the 2.05 minute rule. So think 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, then do it, but do it in 2 minutes or less if possible, right? If it's appropriate. And this is especially powerful for my perfectionists out there. Holy crap. You're going to be amazed at how productive you are and how good it feels to not get bogged down on perfect and rather focused on done, right? Crossed off the list. I got plenty of other things to do and to worry about. I'm letting go and I'm moving on. Disclaimer again, not to be used when you've time blocked and not to be used on projects that require a well thought out plan. But let's say you realize you need to think through some ideas and you need a well thought out, like detailed plan of action on how you're gonna make it all happen, right? We're talking like a 6 to 12 month plan. Then you can start the steps needed to move that forward, right? You can do that in 2.05 minutes, such as put the very next thing you need to do to move that idea forward in your calendar. So time block it, right? Time block some focused energy to work on it. Or maybe you want to work with a business strategy coach to think through it all, preferably me. Then you could post asking for a recommendation, right? That takes 5 seconds. Or maybe you already have a recommendation and you just need to send an email. You can do that in a minute, right? So these are all ways to move things forward quickly, but in a really organized way. And what I love and why these are so powerful is they're built on and they're based on action. One of my favorite words. And action alleviates anxiety. action brings clarity, action brings progress. And because of that, both of these tips also naturally fight perfectionism. And it's really, really a beautiful thing. If you just use one of these, you're going to see a massive difference. But if you try them together, watch out, because you'll become a master strategy slayer, no doubt. And you'll notice a huge difference in how much more time you have while still getting tons of things done, and how much more in control you feel and confidence you have. And a lot of that self-doubt that holds us back a lot of times, it'll be sent packing because we're too focused on the things that really matter, okay? So give it a try. Get ready for a massive power shift in your life and in your business if you do give it a try. So hope you found today's tips helpful and look forward to connecting with you soon.